Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Out Reptiles. My name is Garrett Hartle, and today we have my lovely wife, Ashley. Give a thumbs up on the video right now if you want to say hi to Ashley and see her face on camera. She says she won't do it unless this video gets at least 50 likes. Whoa. Hold on. I like that theme music though. All right, how's everybody doing? You guys good out there? Yeah, everybody? Who's with us? Do you want me to set this up? Here, hand me this. We want to come see you guys. We're finding you on our channel. Up to our eyeballs in snakes. Oh my goodness, we have so many animals and stuff going on right now. It's crazy. Craziness. Babies everywhere, which is always a good time. But, yeah, I don't know. Lots of fun. Lots of fun. You guys know how I feel, right? Don't you ever feel like you have like about 100 too many snakes? I can't be the only one. There's no way. There's no way. Yeah, I don't know where it is. We can't find our live video. Can you guys find it? Who's watching?
We have 4 people watching.
Say hi.
Richard's here.
What's up, Richard? How's it going, buddy?
I don't know who else is here. Nobody else has commented. Ginger Salter, like your hair.
Thanks. Yeah, I got my ears lowered.
I don't know why we can't find our own video.
Can't find our own live video. How do you like that? Crazy. Let's log in from another one. All right. Well, Ashley, what do the people want to know? Do you want to tell us?
Yeah.
You want to? Well, I'm assuming we don't have the 30 likes to mess with Ashley just yet. But here's our community post right here.
We're trying to find that line.
There you go. You can work on that one. I'll work over here. Oh man, I'll tell you what, guys. We have a special treat for next week's live. I'm actually going to be going to Minnesota and hanging out with the gang at Snake Discovery. You guys know Emily and Ed. So that'll be fun. That's something that we've been trying to get together for a long time and do. So this will be a pretty cool opportunity. I don't want to give too many details away, but there's some fun plans, and they've got a big event going on that just so happens to be at the same time as what we are doing here. And so I asked Emily, I was like, can I just live stream in the middle of your whole YouTube thing? And she said yes. So if you guys want a little bit of a behind the scenes during that time, then that should be pretty cool. Jump in and say hey and see what's up. So yeah, should be pretty cool. I'm stoked for that. It was a last minute thing, but I like jumping on.
We still only have 2 people, so I'm a little nervous that
people can't find our live video for some reason.
Yeah.
Hold on, 2 people. Stay put. Is it on like our different channel? Let me see. We got 5 people.
Only 5?
But that does seem strange.
Yeah. Did we not post something?
Everything going good over there? Our 5 people? What's going on? There she is. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let me see here. Yes?
No, for reals though. We can't find our own live video.
Can't find our own live video. We got 5 people on instead of the typical however many. But
we usually like 60 or 70. So
it is pretty strange. I'm wondering if it's on a different channel, like our Patreon channel or something like that.
Hi, Richard.
That doesn't seem
Richard, how did you find our video?
Yeah, I don't know. We should be good. I think we're good. I just can't find myself, that's all.
I can't either. Okay, anyways, Bob Evans asks, for food cycling, when do you start in relation to cooling and male introduction?
When do I start? Which part?
For food cycling.
Okay.
When do you start in relation to cooling and male introduction? Like when do you start the food
so
cycle?
you're trying to food cycle, temperature cycle, and cycle them with male introductions and everything else. I see what's going on. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. The way that I do this is, I guess there's a lot of different ways that people approach this to get, if you're getting your snakes ready to breed. The big thing is, retic females will start acting funny if you know your animals and they're acting funny and they're going into season, especially if they're good eaters and then all of a sudden they stop eating, you know something is up. So I literally know people who breed every year and are very successful because they basically wait until their females go off food, they throw a male in there, and then they get eggs. Now, temperature cycling is definitely like a colubrid and boa kind of concept that's been brought over into retics. But the majority of retics, if you look at their natural range, they dip from a little bit above the equator to a little bit below the equator. And most of their range is east to west. So you're going to see, oh, you found our video.
Yeah, Gina and then said we didn't promote it the way we usually do. Our bad.
Oh, Thomas is on vacation, so we're making up for it. But, yeah, we might have missed a couple of things here. Cool, thank you. Yeah, that might be why people are confused. So here's the thing. I don't know that you need a temperature cycle. I think they do need certain like minimum temperatures in order to be fertile. Just like humans or any other species, gametes need cooler temperatures, cool enough temperatures to develop and to develop normally. So if you give your animal, like a lot of people like to keep stuff on an ambient temperature range, they're going to have a lot harder time where they're like, my room is at 80 degrees. That's what the animals get, period. That's, to me, a pretty foreign concept when it comes to breeding. I know other people that have switched to that, didn't like it with a retic, especially super dwarves, and then switched back away from it. The big appeal to that is it's cheap. So you can be super cheap if you just keep one room at a certain temperature and don't have any heat elements or anything. I think a better way to do it is give the animals a large enough enclosure that they can have a natural temperature gradient. And with retics, if you can keep the mid 70s on the cool end, and then the warmer side of the cage in the mid 80s, then they have that gradient. And then I like one nice hot spot. So maybe if you're 75 over here and you're 85 over here, but then there'll be like one perch under a heat element or a hide with a heat pad underneath it or what have you that hits about 89 degrees. That's where you're hitting it. So like one micro hot spot. And then the animals will temperature cycle themselves. They're not really going through a cool down period or anything. It's just when you see them forming follicles, ball pythons and racks do this all the time. They're not cooling down, but they might wrap their water bowl and try to absorb the coolness of that water and help use it to dissipate the heat from their body. I don't think that they would do that as much as if they had larger enclosures with cooler cold ends, but with ball pythons that brings up all other kinds of issues because they're very susceptible to diseases. Retics are not. Doing introductions to males, gosh, honestly, if you throw the male in and she doesn't want him in there, take him out, put him in another time. You can try doing an introduction once a week, see how it goes. And I leave him in a little bit, even if she's a little bit fussy, I'll leave him in there because a lot of times, as long as they're not trying to hurt each other, if she's just bucking at him, kind of throwing her body around, trying to get him off, then you can do those little introductions, put him in there for an hour, see how it goes. If she really doesn't want him, pull him out. Do that once a week. I don't know. The easiest way to describe it is if you've raised the animal yourself, and this is another con of trying to buy like an adult female, maybe a yearling female, 2-year-old female would be nice. Buying a proving breeder and thinking you're going to get there faster is a lot of times a fallacy. But if you raise the animal yourself, when they're acting funny, that's when they're cycling. And so you can focus more attention with the male in there at that time. Offering them large enclosures with a wide variety of options means the animal's going to do exactly what it needs to with its temperatures when it needs to. So my philosophy on breeding is provide them with every opportunity to do everything right for themselves, and they will. And that's been a really good way to do it. If you try to take other things away or be micro-specific on your care, that's when you start to miss stuff. So, yeah, even the food cycling and stuff, all we do is feed them heavily, once we know that they're developing follicles. We'll palpate them here and say, oh, look, follicles are coming. They get these little follicles, and we want her to breed. So we throw a couple big meals while throwing the male in there in between, and then we're good.
So our video isn't listed, they're saying, so nobody can do super chat or anything either.
It's not listed. I don't even know what that means.
I don't either.
I get the afternoon off from Super Chat. Yeah, I blame Thomas. Thomas set it up. He's on vacation though, so we'll leave him alone.
That's what Duran helped us figure out.
You guys can
Thomas
just...
said, give me 10 minutes and I'll see what I can do from the back end.
Thomas is here.
Oh, this is horrible.
Thomas!
Sorry guys, this is...
That's good.
Chit chat live.
We're just hanging out. I get the night off dancing. I was gonna make you Super Chat dance. You want to Super Chat dance, right? Well, this is a live video. What's your language, woman?
No.
Jeez. All right. What's our next question?
Amanda Volker, just for fun's sake, if you had to Freaky Friday style swap with one of your snakes, which would you choose and why? If I had to,
oh man, this is a weird question for a breeder. So Freaky Friday swap, meaning I swap places, swap bodies with my animals. First of all, I'd have to cage myself first because I'd be very worried about what my snake would do with my body. That would be weird. Probably just wander out into traffic and get killed. I'd be stuck as a snake forever. Secondly, oh gosh, I don't even know how to answer this in a... What would I do to swap? Are we having side conversations over here? Are you calling Thomas?
Thomas is trying to help me, guys. I'm going to try to help him figure this out.
Yeah, I don't know. So to tell you the truth, the place my mind first goes is like the ones that I'm frustrated with to make them do what I want, control them. But then I'm thinking, except a lot of that is like, why are you so frustrating with breeding behavior and stuff like that? And I was like, I don't know if I want to actually take part in all that necessarily. I suppose I could swap. Yeah, it's all husbandry and care related. Let me say, okay, I'll swap with one of my babies that's a stubborn eater and just eat a few meals and get it going. Yeah. Or maybe I would swap places. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, honestly, the best way to learn about the animals, and maybe this is a cheater answer, but I would swap places with a snake on the islands and see what that life is like. Cruise around, just notice what it's like to move, what kind of things that they're using, even just observing other snakes as a snake in the wild, and bring some of that first perspective knowledge back to our husbandry. That, I think, would be the fun one. Yeah, those other answers were way too weird to think about. I don't know if I want to be like swallowing mice whole or participating in this year's breeding activities as a snake. Probably not. Why do you guys ask me this stuff live? Oh man. All right, let's see. Ashley, what's going on over here? We getting it figured out?
Give me like 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes.
All right. Well, I can't see any comments. I'm dead in the water. I have
Go show him a snake. Go show him a snake.
All right. Wasn't our next comment about snakes?
Yeah, that right there on your list.
This on my list. All right. Hold on, guys.
Are you looking at
Who's asking about this list?
Public?
Who's asking about the list? Oh, I know who it is. It's Russell. What's up, Russell? All right. So, Russell was wanting to, I think, do a little bit of live snake shopping. So, maybe you guys can benefit from this stuff. I don't know. Maybe not. He's asking about Anery Motley Golden Childs. Now, all of our male Anery Motley Golden Childs are actually sold out. Anery Motley GCs are like the bluest black, kind of all black snake that I can make right now. So let me see. I got to find clutch 13. By the way, you guys like the room? We swapped it around a little bit. I don't know if you guys remember, just a little bit ago, we had like these first 3 baby racks, 1, 2, and 3, turned this way, a rack, that rack actually, stuffed in the middle, 3 on the back side, 3 on the wall there. So we've been moving some babies out. We got all the new babies flat against this wall, and we're trying to keep them moving out at a rate that is good because we have more clutches coming, believe it or not. Anery Motley Golden Child stuff too. We got that, or I guess not Anery's, but at least Motley Golden Child stuff.
Okay,
so
we're live. We're public.
We're live and public.
Yes.
Hey guys, welcome to the live feed. You want to come film for me over here? I gotta find clutch 13. 14, 13. Okay, here we go. females. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Here's an Anery Motley Golden Child. So this is a clutch 13 Anery Motley GC. Anery is recessive. It's tough to make. And to get Motley Golden Childs, a lot of people don't realize, but dwarf and super dwarf Golden Childs are super rare. Can you guys see the blue-black shimmering on this snake? It's pretty cool. And then instead of having like a brown or tan head, it has a charcoal gray.
Chris, take my money.
All right, Chris. Super chat with the little snake. Yeah. So this stacked up, the dwarf, the Anery, the Motley, the Golden Child, all in one, makes for a pretty pricey snake. I happen to know that females from clutch 13, these are dwarf, super dwarf cross, are $4,000. And then I have a clutch 14, which when I'm referring to these clutches, guys, did you know that you can go on reachoutreptiles.com and take a look at all the babies and breedings for the year? Oh, wait, show this, babe. Look at this. This is super cool. Little paradox spot. And normally those are like orangey gold, but because this is an Anery, it's like a charcoal paradox spot right there. Pretty cool. It's like a reverse birthmark on a black snake. So that is the clutch 13 one. Russell, this is number 210230. She's possible het albino. And then, let me see, that's clutch 13, so she would be 66% pos het albino. And then clutch 14 is dwarf and super dwarf as well, but they're 100% het albino. Here, Anery Motley GC. Here we go. So here's another one from a different clutch. This one is 210254. So here's one. This is a little bit different on the locality blend. But again, like if you see, can you see that rainbow on her? They don't even reflect the red. It's just blue. Blue and green. So they, you know, they're not reflecting any red light whatsoever. Look at that rainbow. Isn't that cool? Pretty sweet. Boy, YouTubers have really learned to take advantage of these shiny rainbowness. Hi, Ann. Oh, man. With the little glowing rainbow snakes. People, I was literally, got my hair cut. I was at the barber the other day, and someone's like, oh, man, I saw this guy super excited in khaki safari stuff with a rainbow snake. And I was like, yeah, that's my old boss. That's Jay. You know. And it's
chat from Thomas.
It's crazy that I can actually go to a barber shop with someone that doesn't know anything about reptiles, but they've seen Jay Brewer's videos. I'm like, yes, that's the kind of snake I'm talking about. Thomas, what's up?
He said proud of you, Garrett.
Thank you. I don't know how we listed it. Why are you proud of me? What did I do? I think it was all you. You saved it.
Thomas, yeah.
I don't know what he was talking about. That was all. I was talking about Ashley, but that's okay. So yeah, so that one, 100% het albino. It's Anery, so you're halfway to snow. So you're talking about making snow motleys, snow golden childs, snow motley golden childs, and everything. So that's a pretty serious investment animal. I do have one. Here she is. One last motley golden child that is not a Anery. And you know, some of these guys were like, oh, we think they're not Anerys. This one's super paradoxed. I don't know if you can see. So much more brown head. Can't see. Hold on one second over here. Okay, look at this. You've got, I think you have to come on the other side of me here. Let's show some of this paradoxing in there. Look at this girl. Can you guys see these? They look like tiger stripes. See the orangey blotches? That's what I was talking about on the non-Anery ones. Look, here's one, here's one. She's just got a ton of them, though, this little girl. Look at that tail. I don't know how well it shows up on video, but you got stripes here, 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 here. Pretty cute little booger. So we do have some non-Anery ones. I forget how much they cost. It's something like maybe $3,000 for a female. And the males were $2,000, but they sold like that. So any of the Motley GCs, Anery Motley GCs. Actually, maybe I'm lying. I feel like I have a Motley Golden. I can smell a Motley Golden child around here. You smell that? Dad jokes. Can you guys smell the Motley Golden child? Male. Clutch 14. Motley GC Tiger. Motley GC Tiger. Maybe that's what it is. Motley GC. Boom, here it is. Oh, buddy. Here he is. Super deep in blue. But that's it. I think that's the last Dwarf Motley GC for the season. Well, for the season until we hatch new ones. The last one that's here in the racks. So that's the $2,000 Dwarf and Super Dwarf Motley Golden. For those that want like that super cool black snake. Look at this one in particular is a super heavy head stamp. Can you see the stripes on the eyes? They're almost double stripes going back. Tons of markings there on his head. He's cute. He is cute. Deep in blue though. Can't really see his color. So the regular Motley Golden Childs are like a dark coffee brown. And the Annery Motley Golden Childs are like, I always say they look like tinted window glass or something. They're black, but it's like a weird translucent black at the same time. Why are you laughing, Ashley?
Because Thomas is commenting a lot, and I'm like, I feel like this is like he's gonna be looking at my video.
Your performance?
Yeah.
Are you feeling judged?
Gina,
Feeling judgy?
super chat from Gina.
What's up, Gina?
Thanks again, Garrett, for helping me pick out a girl
Super
for my
chat.
goat boy. Could I see my babies?
Oh yeah. Gina, what do we got? I've got, well, I'm not gonna touch that. This one's pulled out. You can't see that one. That's an Annery Motley Tiger. It's pulled out because it's eating. So let's find the rest of them. I think the rest of the year's all moved over to the rack. When they're over here, it means that they haven't eaten 6 meals yet. We like to get lots of meals in them and get them ready to go. She's not there yet, but she's eating right now. So, like I said, we'll leave her alone. Where's the rest of Gina's? Rest of Gina's, like you have a million of them. Oh, you do have a million of them. Look at this. All right, so this is pretty cool. This is some of the highest percentage Super Dwarf stuff we've made. They're definitely the highest percentage Super Dwarf marbles that have been made. But these have Karompa, Kalatoa, and Slayer in them. It's mostly Karompa from a wild caught male. So this is Gina's. And Gina got this thick, creamy, golden striped one. The really bright colors. It's got a pretty chaotic pattern. You can see this one almost looks like a stripe, but all the marble is up top. And so you've got a goat line animal right there, Gina. So she wants to add the super thick blacks and bright yellows to this already very yellow animal. I've only got 2 males left. The females on these sold pretty stinking quickly, considering that they're not an inexpensive animal when they're super high percentage like that. But oh my gosh, do people love the high percentage Super Dwarf stuff. It really is like the market is just exploding. Oh, this guy's in blue, so we won't be able to see his color, but this is a pure Super Dwarf. This is from our record smallest female. I would say the smallest female I'm aware of that's ever bred. But it's kind of funny these days. I feel like everybody posts things and like, this is a new world record small. But this female that laid these eggs, that produced these, weighed 1,326 grams, I think. Or is it 24, 26 grams? So just over 1,300 grams, which is a little bit too small to lay if you're a ball python. So that's a ridiculously tiny female. And she was bred to a pure... That was a old school bloodline Super Dwarf, one of those ones from Pro Reptiles, like the original imports. And it was bred to a pure Madu, and it's really cool. Look at the stripe on this guy. He's got that cool Madu stripe, but it's trying to be more chaotic with the Kalatoa in there, so it's very
All right, super chat from
awesome
Anthony
little animal.
Batista.
Oh my gosh, I thought I wasn't going to be dancing tonight. Super chat.
He said, oh goodness gracious. Should we all band together and lobby some scientists to make super dwarfs into their own species?
Yes. I mean, but it's already happening. We sent a ton of shed samples in from all our different localities and stuff, and they're going to compare those with any wild collected tissue samples that they have from the smaller islands. The problem is it's such a small sample size. I think people, underestimate, it's likely that there are not a lot of snakes out there. There's something, it's something like, I think a population of 500, anything less than 500 breeding animals is in danger of collapse when it comes to island animals in general, and it varies by species. But you need something like 5,000 animals to be genetically viable long term, and with you know, different things like Madu has apparently a lot of habitat destruction, you know, collection of adults, like breeding adults for the pet trade, pulls those animals out. And these are already really small island populations anyways. I don't know that we have a whole lot longer. So it might be hard to even just get a good sample size so that they can see the consistencies. I mean, I think you can name a species from one tissue sample if you really want to, but you learn a lot more when you can see across a population of animals exactly what's going on genetically.
Super
from what
chat,
I understand.
Super chat, Chris Gear.
What's up, Chris?
He has 1,325 grams with a winky face.
1,325. There you go. He knows what he's talking about.
Thomas Wicker, super chat.
Oh my goodness.
And he says like the video.
Like the video. 30 likes and we'll show off Ashley on the video. Do we have 30 likes yet?
I don't know.
How many likes do we have?
I don't know how to look at likes, so we're just...
Somebody go ahead and comment how many likes we have right now.
No, I do. I'm just joking.
Oh, because at 30 likes,
thank you, Gina.
you were going to do the next super chat.
Gina. You were supposed to be on my side.
Oh, man. Gina's throwing you under the bus. It's only because she loves you and she wants to see you.
Gina.
Gina. So for those of you guys that missed it, we just had a Retic Fest. You could go back and watch the video, but it kind of evolved into Retic Fest. But we had all of our Patreons out here, Patreon supporters here at Reach Out Reptiles at the house. We were checking out the potential new facility, playing with all the snakes. It was a really good time. Gina was one of the ones that came out. So it's kind of fun having the depth now, watching the YouTube videos, having seen them, you know, from the other end, isn't it? So yeah, I don't know. It's pretty fun. I think it was a good time. We still have to do some stuff with that. This was an animal. Check this out, guys. This is kind of like an unofficial announcement. So Sunfire, surprisingly, has gone amazingly into the snow complex. I wouldn't think so because it kind of like adds color or whatever. But the cool thing is the color is super separated. So you can see this bone white on the top and then those creamy colors on the sides. But they're not your typical like albino Sunfire orange, right? Because of the snows. So anyways, but the great thing about the Sunfire is that it changes the pattern slightly. And it increases the thickness of these bold markings and everything like that. Really super bold. Kind of like what the Sulawesi is doing, but in a morph form. So what we have here is actually an animal that was donated from my buddy Jeremy Gore, who we do some breeding loans with and stuff like that from time to time. So this was one of them. And he donated this male Sunfire Snow to an auction that we're going to run, and we'll have details to follow, just to help benefit like the moving day, cover costs and stuff like that when we get into our new facility. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. I got more stuff to talk about, but what do you guys want to talk about? You got any fun comments over there, Ash?
There's some people who would like to see some things that they have reserved.
That seems to be a common theme around here. Who is it?
Eric Blick with 21 or 210 386.
Right here. Oh my gosh, is this a good looking animal? All right, come here, baby. Check you out. Right here. Check out that anery tiger. This thing is like a phenomenal anery. She is so silver. Isn't that thing pretty? Ooh, she's like a, I don't know. Can you see it on the video there? Like just how lilac purple she is.
Mm-hmm.
Super cool. She is a beaut. There's yours, Eric. Was there someone else?
Let's see. How about a basic lavender albino?
Basic lavender albino. The only ones we have are like selectively bred lavender albinos. Let me see what we have left from, I think it was clutch 22. We put a bunch, as much Kayawati into this albino as we could from one of my old school females that I know throws like really intense oranges that hold throughout life. They look really good. So These are golden childs. Let's see, Lav GC, Lav Het Snow. Where you at, buddy?
While you're getting that super chat from David Johnson.
What's up, David? Oh, she's gonna eat me. Come here, buddy. I should get my baby Hook. Hey, baby Hook. You're not eating. Good food response, though. What's up? David Johnson.
Super chat fans. All right. Baby carpet python is. Are you listening?
Yeah.
Baby carpet python is biting 10 to 15 times per handling. Any ideas? Also have a motley boa that is a baby and super nice. Would that change when older? Thanks. Love the videos.
Yeah. I mean, 10 or 15 times just biting you. That animal is terrified. And quite frankly, like those kind of handling sessions are probably not helping it mellow out. So I think you should probably slow down and approach it at its pace. You know, do the best you can, approaching it from the front, not the top. I don't know what kind of enclosure you have. Wear some gloves, like thick leather gloves or something that remove your heat signature from it, and use a hook so that it's not so intense on that animal. And then I would just, I'm assuming if you've had it for a while, that it's eating well and everything else, just get it on a very normal eating routine and try to coax it out towards you a little bit with little food rewards and stuff like that. Bring it out, get it all amped up. How's the lighting look? This is kind of bugging my eyeballs. I don't know how it's looking on there. I'm going to brighten her up a little bit.
All right, let's see.
And just kind of back off and let that animal come to you in its own time. You know, you can wake it up and get it in there and be like, hey, let's work together a little bit, and try to end it on a positive reward. You know, when you do handle an animal that's defensive, if you get to the point where it's in your hand, and remember, a positive interaction can simply be opening the cage, petting it with a hook, you know, getting into a curious mode, and then leaving. And that's a positive, you know, little memory thread that you can build on. So this is one of our last lavender albinos. This is a super pale one. He is 100% het fur snow. Some of the features on this guy are really cool though. Look, I don't know. Oh, it's kind of like overexposed and weird on the camera. But he's got these giant rosettes on the sides that have the little eyeballs inside of them. That's some of my favorite. And I don't know if you guys can see the intense oranges that are all plastered in there. So this is a very clean, bright, colorful lavender albino. It's Coyote, Jamp, and Kalatoa all mixed in there. A little bit of everything. Everything but the kitchen sink, right? In that guy. And I think I have one more up here. I know someone was looking at purchasing him. Now this one here is much more, this one's no Coyote. It's a Kalatoa and Jamp. And this one has a way more intense pattern. Chaotic pattern. Pretty bold. This is from Clutch One. So this guy's male 210011. And the one I was showing down there is 210284. I know you guys get mad if I don't tell you which one's which. So this is like the Kalatoa Jamp male. Both of these animals are 100% het snow. But this one is a lot more like if you like the darker and the contrast and stuff like that. But if you like clean, bright color, so like chaotic versus clean, and lots of orange from that Coyote in there.
Any chance you'll be going to the Anaheim show? Adam Webb.
Yeah, when they start having them again. I think, isn't it September, Adam, that they're going to do Anaheim and then back to Pomona next year? So, yeah, because I think the Pomona fairgrounds are tied up right now. So they can't do any shows and stuff like that. They have some pretty crazy stuff. I don't know if it's searchable information on the internet or not, but government doing crazy stuff at the Pomona County Fairgrounds. You guys can do your own little research. So
one of your biggest snakes,
yeah, I'd love to though.
Somebody asked, or somebody, Houston Norris, can we see the craziest pattern snake you have?
Craziest pattern or biggest snake?
Somebody else said biggest snake. I'm trying to remember who it was.
They want to see it. Is that what they're saying?
Sure. Yeah.
Craziest pattern. I don't know how you quantify that. How would you pick the craziest pattern? Like super intense, chaotic pattern? I mean, you gotta go marble with that kind of stuff. We have a lot of really nice marbles. Where's my... This one's pretty nice. This is one of those Carumpa marbles like Gina's. This is one Rob likes. Very similar pattern. Yeah, that's not very crazy.
Right.
Yeah, I think Gina's is actually nicer. That Rob likes that one though. This one's supposed to be for sale. That's why I was like, how do we run out of females so fast? That's because Rob is stashing them. Here's Carumpa without the marble. That is a really nice. A lot of you guys remember this one from Retic Fest. That's a cool pattern. Just pure Carumpa. That's to me is like some of the craziest stuff right there is when they're just clean and amazing. Super chat.
From Zach Bell.
What's up, Zach? How's it going, bud? What are we doing?
I'm still trying to tame my SD. Should I only handle him when he's naturally awake, or should I also handle him throughout the day?
I think you can handle him throughout the day. Just, watch some of our handling. If you go on our YouTube channel, and there's more than I can explain here because I think we have 4 videos or probably 15 hours each. So literally 1 hour of me talking about getting into the snake's head and how to handle. But if you wake them up, do it nicely. There's one of my videos where it's like you don't want someone to just come in, whip the sheets off you and be like, I'm here, let's go. Ashley, you and I know how that feels, right? Mm-hmm. So with the 4 kiddos and stuff like that, it's a little bit disruptive when you just wake up. But if you go in with a snake hook and pet them and do that kind of stuff, then, then that's the way to go with that kind of stuff. And then, I don't know, you have to work to get a relationship with the animal started. So it definitely helps if your breeder can do that. From the meantime, you guys have seen us pull out animal after animal, and even like the little lavender who thought he was going to eat figured it out a minute later. But somebody that's going to work with the animal in advance, like we do with Riley here, my daughter, if you give her an extra $10, she'll come in and handle it every day and get them all used to it before they go to the new place. But it's just about routine and getting in with them on their level. But go on our channel, click the little search button, not like the main search bar on YouTube. Go to Reach Out Reptiles channel, hit the search, and search specifically. Like those of you guys who are wondering about food or wondering about handling, you can search feeding, you can search handling, and every video will pop up where we talk about handling. Because we've had animals that were, just kind of like hypersensitive or really nervous about stuff. And we worked through that with all of them and documented all that kind of stuff. Sorry, I'm bumping you. And so all of that stuff is, you can get real life examples as they were happening with the animals and see how we do it, as well as the philosophy on it and stuff like that. So yeah, you can work with them. You just want to put them away on a positive note every time. So I don't think that would be a bad thing to work with them throughout the day, especially if you notice, like, I don't know if you guys see him, but like this dude right here, super curious as to what's going on. I've been watching him climb up and down the whole time we've been live streaming. So one good way to work with them, maybe he thinks he's going to eat. Maybe he thinks I'm going to take him out and he's going to breed or something. Right now it looks like he thinks he's going to eat. But if I just pull this open, which is not, his typical situation, yeah, he definitely thinks he's going to eat. And I just let him kind of come out and see what's going on. Like, look at how he's looking for something. He's looking for food. He's looking for, just what's going on over here. Let him smell the hook. Maybe let him smell. I handle this side with my hand all the time, right? So that's going to smell a little bit different between my hand and the rubber. I can kind of introduce myself to him. Hi, buddy. Just pet him a little bit in a way. Like if he pulls back and he retreats, give him his space. But if he's coming out, and he wants to play, you could do this with your baby snakes. Just give him a little bit more. So see what's going on. He can't strike from right there because his body is straight. So I can let him smell my hand from a distance over there. I don't probably want to touch him from the side because if he's in food mode, he'll whip around and grab me. But if I pet him on the head, hi bud, come here. Just pet him with the hook. You're not eating. See what's going on here? Come here. You curious? You want to come out? You want to see what's going on? I'm going to grab him here. If he starts trying to like grab and constrict, then he probably is thinking that he's going to eat. He doesn't seem to be doing that at all. Hi. What you up to? You just want to come out and say hi to everybody. Huh? He's just super curious. So I can get right up with this guy because we have a relationship already, But if you didn't and he's being curious and everything, just back off. Let him cruise for a little bit. Go over, introduce yourself. have a little positive interaction, put that back, and now this guy's going to remember, hey, sometimes when I come around, if Garrett's, you know, bugging around outside my cage, and I'm like, hey, come on, take me out, kind of like our dog whines to go out to the bathroom or something. The snakes have their own version of that. Then sometimes we bring them out, then, you know, they'll beg to come out more often. And just want to find those natural behaviors and work along with them. So someone wants us to take out our biggest snake. I don't know who our
I don't know what to take out. Whatever you just look at.
Our biggest snakes are like probably 13 to 14 feet, maybe. And that's talking about dwarf and super dwarf, because we do have mainland stuff, but...
Big Serpent wanted to know your favorite adult. Sorry, I'm asking too many questions.
Man, favorite adult. That's a tough one. These are hard questions. What's your favorite this and what's your favorite that? I don't know. I really like a whole lot of them. This girl's pretty big. This is actually one of the oldest snakes, and you know, her size genetics. We bred a Coyote male to a mainland female, and then took the babies and put them back to each other. This was before I knew had my theory about females contributing so much more of the size than the males. And she's not as big as her mainland mom, but boy, she sure didn't shrink down a whole lot, you know. So she's a pretty big girl. And this is why percentages don't matter. Like, people love to shop online and across multiple breeders and say, hey, someone says 50% Calicoa. How big will that get? And a lot of times these breeders don't even have the information about the bloodline or anything like that. So people find themselves, or I find people coming to me to ask questions about other people's bloodlines. I don't know, guys. It's going to depend on, like, I mean, I know this girl, and I know I could have another animal, though, with the same on paper genetics that stays half the size because of the way that they were selectively bred. So, and we know that to be true because now, you know, I mean, I've bred her like 8 seasons and she's a great grandma and all this kind of stuff. So we're pretty familiar with that bloodline at that point because of the length of time we work with all these. But if it's really important to you to know how big your animal's going to get and you're coming to me to ask, just buy it from me. I can tell you our bloodlines. I can't really tell you everybody else's. But that's going to be some of the biggest bloodline there. Definitely a big snake. Nice thing about animals, like if someone was like, you know, I want like a really good size, I'm getting a retic because I want a big one. I just don't want something that's going to get 200 pounds and gigantic and, you know what I mean, need a massive enclosure. So if you want something that you can still take out and manage as an experienced retic handler, something that you can feed and house reasonably, and is not going to outgrow you, then that's a really good bloodline to get into. Plus, there's a lot of morphs available. It's a lot easier to make them big than to make them small. So, but you can still get reliable bloodlines. It's not like these guys that sell you a super dwarf that's only 25% super dwarf or whatever, where it's like, oh, this animal's grandparent or great grandparent was a super dwarf, and they're still calling it super dwarf because the market is good with super dwarfs right now. Those are animals you don't really want. Clearly they're not doing very much at all to selectively breed for small size. They're chasing morphs if the percentages on the localities that they're using to keep them small are so low and they're so far away from it, they're really not doing a lot. So, and you know, it's really funny. I always, like, if people are happy with their animals, it's great, but I don't know. We don't post pricing on stuff, and so I think a lot of people really just want to shop off a price list and get paper. So someone was telling me, like, I'll tell you, this guy right here, we have the Calicoa Jamp Boy out. This animal's going to get probably around 8 foot, you know, give or take a little bit. So I'd say 7 to 9 foot on him as adult. This animal's $800, and he's 100% het snow. He is over 50% when you do the dwarf and the super dwarf together. And he's a beautiful animal. Obviously, he's super tame. Great bloodline. Super outcrossed. 100% het snow. You know you're getting the right genetics, sex, all that kind of stuff. Someone was saying, oh, I got a great deal from someone who's 25% Calicoa. They only charged me $1,000 for it. And I'm thinking, $1,000, 25% is a mainland. You know, mainland albinos are like, I don't know, $200-300. And I mean, you're paying more money than what you would from us. I don't know.
Super chat.
I don't know. I think it's crazy. Some people aren't used to, I guess, shopping where the breeder is asking them a lot of questions and trying to make sure that they're getting the right animal so that it ends up in the best possible home. So they go buy from someone else who has like a list instead, and then they try to navigate that list. And if you're buying new stuff, that's a bad way to do it, to try to navigate. It's confusing. All the Superdorf stuff's confusing. Even us breeders don't agree on a lot of the things. You know, we had Andrew on here debating us last week. Who's the super chat from?
Phil Thompson.
Phil Thompson. What's up, buddy? He did the best super chat dance ever. Do you remember when he brought his box in and he's like unboxing and you remember that? That was Phil.
Sunflower.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Sunflower, where are you? Sunflower, Phil Thompson, where did you go? There she is.
As you get that one, Eric Blick wanted to know, how do you measure your baby's bloodline percentages?
Look at that. Yeah, so it's not a measuring tool. It's about it's kind of like Ancestry.com. You know, other than being blood-based, it's like, well, my mother was German and my father was Mexican. So I'm 50% German, 50% Mexican. That's kind of the way that it works. And so when you get into like, let's say you have pure Superdorf and you breed it to a pure mainland, you're getting a 50% Superdorf. You can also get a 50% Superdorf by breeding two 50% Superdorfs together. If you took that 50% Superdorf, bred it to a mainland again, it's going to be, you know, you're cutting that percentage in half, so it's 25, and that's 12 and a half. And so in order to know those percentages, you have to know several, you know, generations of lineage on that stuff for that to make sense. Yeah, that stuff is pretty tough. Oh, check this out. Thompson's. Eli has a letter for you. I'm not going to read it here publicly, but check out how cute this is to go with Sunflower whenever we ship her out. This is awesome. I love the artwork, by the way, Eli. If you're watching, this is awesome. It reminds me of the Giving Tree or any of those like Shel Silverstein illustrations. So good stuff. Good stuff. So you got something special coming in the box there. But that's Sunflower there. She's pretty loaded. This is 50% Superdorf. Sunfire, Motley, Tiger, head albino, purple phase, and head anery. So yeah, that's kind of how it all works. But those percentages and stuff, it's all a matter of knowing the bloodlines and being able to trace them back to stuff. And where we get into a lot of issues in the Superdorf like industry is that stuff becomes like a telephone game. Like, well, I bought this as a this, and I bought this as a that, and I bred them together. And people always seem to be incorrect in their own favor or incorrect in higher percentages, never lower ones. Like, oh, I accidentally thought it was a 25% Calato. It's actually 75. That doesn't happen. But the opposite happens all the time. So.
Super chat.
Super chat. What's up? I thought I was getting a break. You guys are super chatting me all over the place.
Zoic Reptiles.
Zoic, what's going on?
How's my girl doing? Loved her photo op.
Oh, you have to tell me who's Zoic. What's your name? What's the name on the snake that I'm looking for? Oh, I was going to pull this one out for someone. I know somebody wanted to look at her, but she's deep in blue. Cute. Here's a yearling plus. She's a year and a half now. Calatoa. This one's a Motley Platinum Anery girl.
It's Lee.
Cute. Oh. What? Wait a minute. Lee?
You just look
Lee
back.
Renaud Lee?
Oh.
Oh my gosh, this is the snake of the hour. Uh-oh, who's here? Is it Finley? Finley, come here. Do the super chat. This is for the next super chat dance. Do a super chat dance. Ready? Go. You can do it. Can you do a super chat dance for me? Ready? Go.
And that was it.
Not so much. That's what everybody does when they're on camera here. I turn it on, I'm like, super chat. They're like, I wasn't ready. Welcome to my life. She's in blue as well.
What is wooden?
But this is a pretty crazy snake. Purple Motley Sunfire Tiger. Het Snow. It's a pretty serious orange on there. That's wooden because wood used to be less expensive than it is these days.
Mom, I'm hungry. I don't want...
You're hungry on the live stream. Both your parents are downstairs live streaming with customers. What's up? Forcing you to super chat?
Go ask Riley. Go ask Riley.
Oh, Riley's hooking it up. Tell Riley you're hungry.
What's this?
No, don't pull it. Don't pull it. Those are my patron pictures. People came by the shop. We need you guys to send some of those in, by the way. Those of you guys that were out here. We need more pictures for our wall. Come on, bud. You hungry? Let's go get some food. Unless you want to do a super chat dance. Are you ready? Can you super chat dance for a snack? No? Ready? Go. Changa Malu,
Super
come
chat,
on.
Mosh balls.
Super chat. Ready? Go. Super chat for Mosh Balls. Go. Say Mosh Balls. All right, go get your snack,
All right.
bud. Take Pookie with you. Pookie upstairs. What's up?
Can I see my girl, Michelle Fields, Annery Motley Tiger?
Yeah. Maybe. Where was she at? I remember your name tag was like kind of written around the side. I think she got moved over here recently. These will be close. Guys, with me being in up in Minnesota next week, it's going to be a little bit tricky for shipping. So those of you guys that are expecting, if we didn't get it out to you, deep in blue also. If we didn't get it out to you this week, it's probably going to have to be next week. So here, take a look at this one, Michelle. Here, let me see here. I think Ashley's running away to do the mom thing. Hashtag real life. Here she is. Here, come here. This snake is nuts. I love Motley Tigers. You guys know that. So, and look at that. Look at that line of white on the belly to the dark up top, and those stark white porthole windows. That's got to be my favorite look. I believe this one's an Annery too, right, Michelle? Yeah, it is. Annery Motley Tiger. Even better. Probably my favorite color pattern combo of all time. They are so hot. Let's see one of those in a little bit of time. I think I got a girl. She might have been gonna shed too. Yeah, never mind. She ain't worth looking at. They're all deep in blue. So.
He says yes, she is gorgeous.
Oh man, yeah, I love them. So that's pretty cool. Here's one for you guys out in the Southwest. Some of you guys know C&B Reptiles. We've had those guys over here on the channel. Bill Cavender actually has the status of so far, I think, is the only person that has a Reach Out Reptiles tattoo. But my logo tattooed. But this is from his they have their shop mascot is my old A-male Super Dwarf male that I've had around forever. His name's Jeremiah. And this is his baby coming out there for sale because so many people are in love with his dad. But that's a 50% Calicoa. So you'll have to get that from C&B Reptiles. We're hooking them up with this guy so that they can bring him out there. Pretty fun, by the way. If you're in the Phoenix area and you want to see Reach Out Reptiles animals in person, they have a decent inventory of them. And for those of you guys that they stock up on them every year, they're like, oh, these are great, these are great. And they purchase more animals. You know, they just get all the good stuff that they know is coming from the different clutches. So if we're ever like out of stuff, they're a great place to look. So
Super
hit them up
chat.
because sometimes they have ours. Super chat.
Silver
Woo!
Cash 86. Make it a good one.
What's up?
Make it really good.
Why
This is my first super. I've watched for years. Appreciate everything.
Awesome. Thank you. That was your first super chat dance?
Another super chat.
Another super chat dance. Okay, this one's yours, Ashley.
Nope. Nope.
You can do it from that side of the
Nope.
camera. Ready? Good. Ready, guys? Oh, yeah. Oh, you guys are missing out. Nicely done. Very good.
This is for William Gatton. Do you have any plans for breeding the, oh my gosh, Halmahera?
The Halmaheras. No,
Halmaheras?
probably not. I mean, eventually, yeah, I suppose. So Halmaheras, I don't know if you guys know this, but with the dwarf and super dwarf thing, we work with 7 different localities. We've talked about them a lot. That would be the Slayers, the Jampayas, then there's the Tombalongans and Kiowatis, and then we have the Karampas, the Kalatoas, and the Mandus, right? I'm super stoked that we've actually been able to produce 6 out of those 7. Most people don't even have 6 of those localities, especially because they're so rare. I don't hardly know maybe anyone else that has all 6 of them, except possibly a couple of my customers that are like hardcore locality enthusiast. So, but besides those 7 that are like the dwarf and super dwarf ones that we have here in captivity, we have other localities as well. So I have several different Sulawesi's from different regions. The goat line was produced by breeding a Bantang male to a really tiny little super dwarf female. I've got the Halmharas, which are an amazing locality. I remember seeing one like 25 years ago, and then I never saw them again. And it was in the back of my mind, oh, I love Halmharas. They're kind of like a natural increased melanin gene, like an IMG boa, where they get darker with age. They're super exotic and beautiful looking, very rare in the U.S. So when I got the opportunity to pick some of those up, I did. I've got a Saram. I had some Boutons. I got rid of the Boutons. What am I missing? There's one other locality in there that I'm missing. Anyways, I have a few locality retics for myself. But the thing about it is, and I love those localities, it's really important that people keep them in groups. That's like when I got a Bantang, instead of saying, oh, I like Bantang, I'll have one, I bought a trio. You know, when I got the Halmharas, I bought 2.3. Just because I've seen localities come and go in captivity before, and when people aren't paying attention to them, they tend to disappear. Now, on the other hand, these are very specialized animals. They're huge. They're, you know what I mean? They require a lot of work, and I just don't think that they're good, like, you know, pets for everybody. Most of the morph stuff that we do, I was just talking to Rob today. I said, you know, any of these retic morphs, our goal is to get them to be under 10 feet long as an adult, because I think a 10-foot retic, that's a very manageable snake for most people. So any of the morph crosses and stuff, I want to push down in that direction. The localities can stay whatever size they want. You know, you have some like, oh, I don't know how to plug this in. Let me see if I can figure it out. Yep, I think I can figure it out. Here, come over here, babe. So some of the localities, like for example, the Pure Slayers, you know, they get a little bit bigger. She's hiding out under here. You can see she's a little too big for her hide spot here. Hi, honey. Come here. There she is. So we got like Pure Slayers. And, you know, we make some morph crosses and stuff because this is a really beautiful locality. This is a super snarky female, by the way. But, you know, they get bigger. This is a young adult female. She's being bred now. And that's typically the size we would see them come in as an adult. By the way, this is about a 9-foot female, you guys. So, for size reference, this is a great size, I think, for a lot of the morphs and stuff like that. Now, she'll probably put on another, you know, I don't know, 2-3 feet over the course of her life. Possibly even a little bit more than that. But the pure is pure. I mean, it is what it is. There's not a lot of pure locality stuff being bred out there. If you want them and you can house several giants or something like that, go for it. I think that'd be great. Most of our adult pure locality stuff that's not dwarf and super dwarf, I don't know if you guys noticed, but they're not around here. They're like on breeding loan or at conservation places or different friends of mine and stuff like that want to maintain them because they're a lot to maintain.
Super chat.
All right.
Tanya Mitchell. Hi Garrett, I'm getting my first snake and want to know if I should start with a baby or an older snake that is used to being handling.
That's actually a great question. Because if you're getting your first turtle or something like that, I would say get an older animal. The babies are super delicate. I don't know what kind of snake it is that you're looking at getting. If it's something really small, like a corn snake or something, I'd say maybe get a yearling or something like that. If you're going with a dwarf or a super dwarf retic, let's say, they're very hardy. They're really easy. So it's just a matter of spending the time to get to know them. Make sure you're getting a quality animal from a good breeder. Put your money there. It's going to pay off dividends. I mean, you're going to have this animal hopefully for decades. And having the right animal from the get-go is super important. You know, there's so many things that can go wrong, like unpredicted adult size we talked about, or het genetics that aren't there, or localities are misrepresented. Here's a really horrible example of something that can go wrong. The breeder made this right to my friend or whatever, but this is a pure super dwarf that was purchased from a different breeder who actually is out there and doing a lot of stuff, but this animal has like severe neurological issues. And she had them as a hatchling. And as she grew, they became worse and worse and worse and worse. And I don't know if you guys can tell. She's so twisted up. This is her doing that. It's not kinks or anything like that. It's her own muscles spasming really hard. So she just got a lot of problems. And this is, this is a pure, he bought it as a pure Kalatoa. I'm not super keen on this, or not super keen. I'm not like up to date on the, the actual genetics to either confirm or deny that this animal is definitely from Kalatoa Island, or if it's like a pure Superdorf kind of cross thing that you see a lot with people that say they have pure Kalatoas. But I mean, look at this poor thing. You know what I mean? And it was less severe than this, but this was sold to him. I mean, he paid good money for it. And he got this, that just developed into a worse and worse issue. And yeah, I mean, the guy, like I said, he didn't rip him off or anything like that. He financially made it right. But even if I knew that this was a pure Kalatoa, I mean, I don't know what's causing this issue. It's been tested for all kinds of diseases that are linked with neurological symptoms, and it does not have any of them. So, and being that it kind of hatched like that and just got severe over time, I don't think it's anything like that. But
Super chat.
obviously, I'm not going to name the breeder or anything like that. Stuff can happen, but you just want to watch out that you have somebody, your breeder's watching your back on that kind of stuff with your best interest, the animal's best interest in mind. Super chat. What is with the super chat, guys? I was supposed to take a break tonight. No, just kidding. What's the super chat about?
Silver Cat.
I think you're just saying it at this point. Hey, what's up?
That would be fun.
No. Actually, no.
Weird Expo fan stories.
Weird. Oh, that's a good question. Weird Expo fan stories. I mean, the biggest one is like, I love the kids. I think you can talk to any vendor and they're like, oh, I love seeing kids. But so many parents have kids that are like obsessed with YouTube, right? So they're on there, they're watching YouTube all the time. And then they're like, oh, Dad, we're going to go to this reptile show and Garrett Hartle's going to be there. I want to meet him, or whoever their favorite YouTuber is. And so the parents always come up and be like, Mr. Hartle, I understand you're busy. They're always so gracious. If you could please say hi to my kid, it would really mean a lot. And so, absolutely, of course. I mean, I live for that stuff. And so you go over and you're like, hi. And the kid's like, hey, like, what's your name? They look at their parents like they need an answer to the question. And they just completely clam up. It happens all the time. It's really funny. I think when you remove this glass screen right here from between us and you, even though they're expecting to see you and everything like that, they get all caught up. So that's pretty fun.
Super chat from Chris Gear. Don't forget Discord live stream.
Discord live stream. It's coming. It's coming. It's at 7. What time is it right now?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know what time it is? Chris is saying, shut up. Super chat. What's up, Chris?
The whole time.
Oh, you got to check with me. We're 5 minutes late.
7:04.
Chris is watching. Okay, wait. I got one more good story. This one would be, I won't call her out, but there was a really funny one where one of our fans had a little bit too much, at the U.S. ARC auction one time, and asked to take a picture with me. And as I was taking the picture, I'm smiling, I'm going like this, and she just kind of went, ooh, like this. And the picture looked like she was kissing me or something like that. And her husband was messing with her the whole next day because she didn't remember the night at all. And she came by and she apologized the next day. And she's like, I was so embarrassed and all this stuff. I'm thinking, what are you talking about? It's just her husband messing with her the whole time. So he told me the story later, and that was a pretty fun one. That was hilarious. So good times. All right. Well, that's all the time we have. If you guys are on Patreon, we'll see you over on our Discord. If you're not on Patreon, go to patreon.com and look up Reach Out Reptiles. It's so fun. We have so much, awesome stuff going on, all about behind the scenes community stuff over there. So, all right. Peace. Love you guys. We'll catch you next time.